Okay, Andy. Good morning, everyone. So the last class I added the notes, I think. Added on? Added on, not added on? Okay. So inheritance, let me repeat. Exception handling, let me repeat it once. So what has been happening in last two classes, and let me conclude it today. Right. The disturbance which is occurred from the application is known as exception. The process which is used to handle the exception is known as exception handling process. There are three blocks used to handle the exception. One is try block, one is catch block, one is finally block. These blocks are executed automatically when exception raised. When exception raised, try block will hold the statements which are going to raise the exception. When the exception raised, automatically one object is created and the reference of that object is thrown onto catch block. That's a theory. Now, who created object means if it is a built-in exception, automatically object is created. If it is a user-defined exception, we are creating the object through last two programs. And defining, raising, and handling user-defined exception anyway. All of you understood this four-step process. One diagram I stopped. Today I'll reveal that diagram, how that message is binded. Immediately in the flow on Saturday, I took throwable is a parent for error and exception. Error means disturbance from the environment. Whenever there is a disturbance from the environment, no need to handle it. There is no separate process to handle error, but one parent class available from library to show that errors occurred from the environment. So because of this reason, we had a class known as error class. Exception is the parent class of all the disturbances occurred from the application. All the disturbances means how many means two types, unchecked and checked. Hope you understood theoretical. Theoretical easy only. That notes will be there. You have to read it and go for interview. Anyway, when you are constructing exception only, try catches 1 or 2 times. If you practice, it will be easy also. Anyway, the exceptions which are not identified by the compiler at compilation stage are known as unchecked exceptions or runtime exceptions. Two types. Some are from library, predefined unchecked exceptions. Some we have to define it, user-defined unchecked exceptions. Example, many will be there, but I took two popular one, number format and input mismatch. Among that, you had program on number format, program number 1. I'm trying to read one int data, but you're trying to enter other than int data. One disturbance will come known as number format exception. So user-defined exceptions, the unchecked exceptions which are defined and raised by the programmer, we are calling it as user-defined unchecked. Demo exception 1 we are showing as an example for it. After that user-defined unchecked exception, 4 steps. The class must be extended from exception. The class must be declared with one parameterized constructor with the string as parameter. And when the exception condition is true, We have to create object for the class from where the exception raised. While object creation, we are passing the message as parameter and we are throwing the reference onto catch block. That only exception handling process program number 1 anyway. For understanding purpose, I took one small condition here. Whenever the n value less than or equal to 0, create object for user defined class from where the exception is raised and throw the reference onto catch block. Same condition I kept here. If the basic salary is less than 12,000, create object. That is a general process. If you watch a bit carefully, you can understand this. Then I took second program. The second program is for checked exceptions to introduce one throws keyword anyway. The exceptions which are identified and raised by the compiler at compilation stage are known as checked exceptions. These checked exceptions are categorized into two types: predefined checked exceptions and user-defined checked exceptions. Predefined means from the library they'll come. Okay, right? So these are two I written. How to identify these user-defined checked exceptions or predefined checked exceptions means our method will be added with, suppose if we take check pin number here, our method is added with what keyword now? Throws. Added with throws keyword. Whenever it is added with throws keyword, the exception raised at method call. And from catch block, we are using some throw. Right? Okay. This program I written anyway to you and I stopped. I asked you to update it. Okay, right. I also will update today now. Before updating, one small diagram, because object creating in the first program and second program for user defined. So where the message is binding, you must know, right? Okay, small flow I'll draw for 10 minutes. You'll get a clarity. Execution flow, one small flow I'm drawing. Right. Observe this diagram. Execution starts from main. Yeah. Directly look into try block code. Remaining diagram not possible because like JVM, there small programs it is possible. Here not possible. Already you know the concepts now. Already concepts over. Right? Okay. I'm taking try here. In the verify, not verify. Sorry. In the main method, I had one try. Okay. Right. So I am running from main. This is main method. Execution happening from main. Sir, this is main. This is main. In this main, we had a try. This is try. In this main try, pin number or target that only no pin number. So enter the pin number. Sir, I am reading one pin number. 1, 2, 3, 4. Pin number not there, no? Right. Okay. Now I am creating object. I am creating object. I am calling the method. So this is method call anyway. Directly I created object now. New check pin number dot verify of pin number. Verify of pin number. This is method code. Below this, some lines are there. We had one catch block. End of try. Catch block. Check. Check. Pin number. CPN. Anyway. So here we had a message. CPN dot get message. Like this. Now I'm passing this pin number as parameter to verify. Now verify method should come. So verify method came for execution. Verify method came for execution. This verify method came for execution. Void verify of int pin number. That method separate and this method separate. I'll minimize. Two different methods, no? Yes or no? This is main method, that is verify method. Main method belongs to one class, verify method belongs to another class. Okay, right. Now, in this verify method, what is available in the verify method? Sorry, here also try is there. Here also try is there. Some switch case, among that one default. So within that default, exception raised means that only, right? Okay. Creating object. Check pin number. CPN is equal to new check pin number of invalid. Invalid pin number. Now throws CPN. Try block will be ended. Catch. Check pin number CPN. Here throw CPN. Like this. Here we had added with throws. I added with throws. Directly I can write now. Throws check pin number. Now the pin number is taken here. Pin number is the input. 1, 2, 3, 4 is the input. From the main method, 1, 2, 3, 4 will come there. Now exception raised here actually. Exception raised here. This is the exception. Sir, the exception is raised here. This is exception. The two lines are exception lines, no, right? Exception raised means pin number not available. What's the meaning? Exception raised means you have to create object. New check pin number. You have to create object. Now, creating object for check pin number. One object created. Sir, one object created for check pin number. One object created. One object created for check pin number. One object. Roughly, I'm right. One object created. Check pin number object. While object creation, see that. Check pin number while object creation. This constructor will take a message. Got it right? Now this message is given to exception. All of understood this? Right. He is the parent, no? Right? Exception. Exception is a predefined one coming from library. Predefined coming from library. Java P Java dot lang dot exception coming from library. Now this library predefined exception has some constructors. This is string parameter constructor, no? Yes or no? Can you observe that? Right. Here one string parameter constructor will take the message. Super keyword tried in your inheritance chapter already. The super keyword will bring the message here and give to this constructor. Constructor will give the message to whom now? Throwable. Throwable, one more parent waiting here actually. So here internally predefined code is available here. Exception of string parameter will use one keyword known as super of internally and pass the message to parent. Now throwable will take the message. Throwable will take the message. This throwable has constructor. What is this constructor now? Throwable of string is there or not now? It takes. Now the throwable of string one constructor has a code. The code is keep that message here. Bind it to object. Invalid. Invalid. Pin number. The message is binded. Now the object is binded with this message. All of it clear, right? The object is binded with the message. Now this throwable has many methods. Observe, right? Among this, we highlight one method. What is this method now? Get message. Last two programs we are using are not now. Parent class methods will get the memory within the object of child. Inheritance knowledge. Now our class is a child to exception. Exception is a child to throwable. Throwable is the parent. Parent class methods will get the memory within the child. So we highlight throwable. We highlight print stack trace. We highlight toString. These three methods let us highlight. One method is get message method. Get message method from throwable. Print stack trace method from throwable. And toString method dot. All the methods will get the memory here. All of you understood this? Yes sir? No, no. This only object. That object created. This object. The object created, no, new here. New check pin number. Once the object creation completed, this reference will be loaded onto CPN. It has to load from RHS to LHS, no? Yes or no? It will come here. The address will be loaded onto CPN. When the address loaded here now, your throws keyword is there. Using this throws keyword, it will come to the catch block. The address will come to the catch block. Came to catch block, right? Now this throws keyword is saying that don't handle here. Move that to the method call. So from here, exception will be raised at method call. Whatever the exception created there, raised here. The exception is raised at the method call. The exception is raised at the method call. Raised at method call. Exception raised at the method call. When the exception raised at method call, compiler will identify. The compiler will identify. When the compiler identifies, it comes under checked exception. That only concept. Any method from today added with throws keyword means that is checked exception. The exception will come at method call. Method that may be user defined method. If you add one throws keyword to your method signature here, the exception is raised at method call. When the exception raised at method call, see there. You are using one throw keyword in the catch block also, no? Sir, I am using one throw keyword in the catch block also. Whenever I use one throw keyword in the catch block now, we call it as rethrowing. Rethrowing means the exception will come to the method call. Means that will move to the method call. Sir, why it moves to the method call? Because the try needed, no, it want one try. Whenever it moves here now, from here it is moved to the catch block. Because the method call available in the try, no, the control will come to catch. When it comes here now, I'm taking this message, I'm using this address here. That object address I'm using and I'm displaying the output. This is displaying the message now. Invalid. Invalid. The message is coming or not? See the diagram. It has been moved from one method to another method, no? So it has been means they're not handled, it moved here. That only rethrowing concept. That the red line is the address movement. That's the address movement. So because of this reason, I made a statement theoretically in English. In rethrowing process, object is moved to the catch block of try block where method call is available. The object reference is moved to the catch block only. But catch block belongs to one try block. Why it has to come to this catch block? The reason in try block, method call is available. The method call is available in the try block. Because of this reason, the exception moves to the catch block. In rethrowing process, the object reference is moved to the catch block of try block where the method call is available. It's a theory. Not only rethrowing process. All of you understood this flow? Yes or no? Because of this reason, the object is holding get message method. Whenever you say OB dot get message, it displays the message. In that object, one message is there, the message is displayed. What happened? Okay. Hope you understood. I think this is a flow. Both cover no. Anyway, user defined class object, how it is created and rethrowing. Okay, right now. Hope you understood rethrowing. Anyway, this diagram I'll paste there so that information is there. Here, separately you write one FAQ. They'll ask define. Sorry. What is the difference between throw and throws? Both came now. Throw and throws. What is the difference between throw and throws? Throw and throws. Throw keyword. Throw keyword is used to move the object reference. Throw keyword is used to move the object reference onto catch block. Throw keyword is used to move the object reference onto catch block. Throw keyword is used to move the object reference onto catch block. Wherever the throw keyword you are using means you are moving the reference onto catch block. Understood this point now? Throw keyword means I'll move the reference onto catch block. Generally in interview, what will say throw keyword is used to throw the exception, you'll say. Because they will give a negative mark to you. That is a common, everybody knows. Developer should know. Throw you are using for what means one object will be there. The object reference I am moving on to catch. Very less, 1% of 100 students will know that. Always they'll read exception raised, exception handled, exception moved, exception catch. Like this they'll read. That also correct only. But developer should know one object is the object-oriented programmer. No. Object-oriented programmer means somewhere my message must be there. Sir, I am giving one message. The message should be stored somewhere. The message should be stored somewhere. So for us, storage means object only. So definitely object is available for us. But the object reference or object location should come to the catch block. Who supports now? Throw keyword supports. Because they'll ask in the interview, do you know the difference between throw and throw? If we speak casually, they'll remove that question from you. Because 99% will say that only. Right? Throwing catch, what is that? Throwing exception, catching exception, they'll say. But internally, the diagram says that one object reference is moving from one method to another method. One object reference is moving on to catch block. The catch block can be in the same method or out of the method. So point. Now, throws keyword. Throws. Throws keyword always added with the method signature. Always with method signature. Void method followed by throws. Throws. Throws keyword added with method signature. Added with method signature to ignore the exception in current method. In current method. and raise at method call. Throws keyword added with the method signature to ignore the exception in current method and raise at method call. Ignore the exception in current method and raise at method call. Now, if you see in this diagram also, exception is in the verify method. Yes or no? But the output is coming from the method of main class. That is separate method. This is separate method. Means what? There we not handle. Here we handle. Handle means the message from where you are generating. The exception came in the verify method. But who is giving the message now? Main method. This main method belongs to main class. Verify method belongs to subclass. Right? Throw keyword, ignored exception there and raised here. Understood the statement now? Raising at the method call. So point. So in this rethrowing process, in this throws keyword, the exception is moved from one method to another method. That one by terminology we call it as rethrowing. Make it separate entire equation. All of understood throws keyword? So throws keyword added with the method signature to ignore the exception in current method and raise at method call. FAQ. Define rethrowing process separately. Already above notes is there, but I'm writing separately. Define exception rethrowing process. Exception rethrowing process. Exception rethrowing process. The process of declaring throw keyword in catch block. Especially you can see throw keyword in the catch block. All materials will write throw in the try block. Anywhere, any program, if you find throw keyword in the catch block means that is rethrowing. That means exception came to catch. From there again it is moving outside. That's called rethrowing. The process of declaring throw keyword in catch block. In catch block and throwing the exception. Throwing the exception is known as exception rethrowing process. Exception rethrowing process. The process of declaring throw keyword in catch block and throwing the exception is known as exception rethrowing process. All of understood this? Right. Now, FAQ. Define exception propagation. Define exception propagation. Define exception propagation. Generally, propagation means movement. Propagation means movement. Exception movement. Disturbance will be moved from one location. Disturbance occurred in one method, but the disturbance moved to main. Means the disturbance occurred in the main, but raised in verify. The disturbance raised in verify, but the disturbance raised in main. Occurred here, raised here. Yes or no? Occurred here, raised here. Very important point. Suppose I'll use one Paytm example. Always I repeatedly say, I want to recharge one mobile phone. My number belongs to Airtel. I pass the request. So package and so on, I pass the request through Paytm. Now Paytm is one method. In the background passes the message to Airtel network. Airtel is the second method. Whatever the disturbance occurred in the Airtel network, Paytm should know. The reason I am a customer for the Paytm, I am waiting on Paytm. Whether recharge successful or not successful, server done, my cash cutted, something you have to say what has been happened to me. So if any disturbance occurred in that method, the disturbance should be known to the Paytm. Main method is saying that I am calling you. The disturbance occurred in that verify method, I should know. Because this I am the test point and access point. I should know because that only rethrowing. Whatever the exception there, throw here. So that main method will understand the exception occurred there. Understood this point? So the exception is moving from one method to another method. So we call it as exception propagation. Make it. In exception rethrowing process. In exception rethrowing process. In exception rethrowing process, the exception is moved from one method to another method. One method to another method is known as exception propagation, you can say. Exception propagation. In exception rethrowing process, the exception is moved from one method to another method is known as exception propagation. I've understood these reading points. These are all general reading points once. You know try, you know catch, you know finally, you know throw, you know throws, you know rethrowing, you know propagation, you know checked exception, you know unchecked exception, you know the hierarchy of throwable, you know the definition of exception, you know the definition of exception handling process, you know the definition of your error. These only interview questions. Is only, nothing is there. The short chapter for interview. Whatever the question they ask, they'll ask there only. But in the exam, in applicative point of view, some part we use here, some part we use in advance. Here, concept will come. Try, catch something. Finally, we apply in advance. 2 levels of application for exception. Here, concept, their application. Clear everyone? Right. Now I'll continue. Continuation is, I started this program. Let me finish off. Because I started constructing the exceptions are not now, right? So in that exceptions, let me finish off once. Let me reconstruct completely. I'll start it. The total program should convert into exception. Do you remember this diagram already? Exception. Yes or no? Transaction, balance linked, transaction as withdraw, deposit. That's what I'm writing. Okay, right. I'll start it. Right, look here. Enter the PIN number. Just now I drawn to you. PIN number not available means exception raised. When the exception raised, control will go to catch. When the control goes to catch message, I'll give the definitions. Wait it. Get message, print stack trace, toString last. They'll come. How many catch blocks? A single catch block. That all conclusion. Just for today, I shown the methods are coming from throwable. I shown today. There are 3 methods available there. I'm using get message. In real time, we use get message. Remaining methods, I want to highlight that 3 methods. Interview question is there. So I'll write that question in the last. Okay, right. Okay, slowly. Now, sir, control is coming to catch. Just now I drawn the diagram now. Right. So message coming. When the message is coming, I'm incrementing the count. Sir, can we write logic inside the catch block? Means you can write. Why I'm incrementing the count? I'm counting the pin number entered wrongly for how many times I'm counting. At one stage, the count reaches 3. No, you know the logic. What happened now? Transaction blocked. I written break. Generally, we use break for switch. No, here switch not there. When the switch not there, break will break what now? Loop. You know this, no? Right. Switch is there, it breaks the switch. Switch not there, it breaks what now? Loop will be blocked, not program. If you want to break the program, you must write what now? System dot exit, you know already. I am running, it is working up to here. One, two, three. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. Invalid pin number, transaction blocked. In placement, I am running one batch. Advanced core, I am running parallel. In placement, they given one batch to me. Both I am running parallel. Means what? This program I written in core Java book with JDBC. Your collection framework data internal for them directly from data will come from database. For you, you are taking concept and waiting for advance. Here, concept, their application. You are waiting for application. Difference you're getting now. Concept to application gap came in, student will forget it. Now Dasra is coming very dangerous. Yes and no now. Terminal drawback. Difference you're getting now. Not Dasra drawback. That concept to application drawback. Here, collection framework we are doing actually, student to product. There I am linking product to table directly. Just I remember, yesterday I written a code Saturday. Directly pin number I am checking, no, their database I connected. Enter the pin number, I'll check in the database, pin number is there or not. Difference getting or not now. If pin number is there, access it. Pin number not there, already know the query. Select a star from already Oracle Trend is giving. Just I remembered. Same logic I written, but different way I written. Flavor that only. Count plus plus. At one stage, count reaches 3 and stops. Up to here, you're clear? No? Right. Okay. Now, choice. What is the choice now? Withdraw and deposit. The classes are there with us. Let me copy it. Just I'll modify and come. Sir, balance class I want it. Withdraw, deposit. Interface also needed. No? Copy. I'm bringing interface also. Copy and paste it. I brought balance. I brought it. You know this. I brought a transaction. You know this. I brought a withdraw. Here one exception is there. What is the exception now? Sir, if amount entered greater than the balance. That is exception or not now, right? Let me convert this program into exception. Let me convert this program into exception. Whenever you want to convert this program into exception, you must write what now? Extends from exception. Sir, it is a multiple inheritance model. Yes or no? Na? Withdraw extends from exception, implements from transaction. It's a multiple inheritance model. Model 2 or model 3 is model 2. Okay, right. Now, declare one constructor here. That is a rule. Sir, public withdraw of string as parameter. Super of message. But whenever you are using a exception in the subclass, take two constructors, one with zero argument, one with parameterized. The reason, two objects will. One object for exception, one object to call this method. So here you can write public withdraw like this. Now inside this process, I must write try catch. Try end of try and catch. Now what is the condition here now? Sir, condition is if that amount greater than B dot balance. B dot balance. If the entered amount greater than the balance. This is called exception. Exception condition. Now, when the exception condition is true, we have to create an object for what now? Withdraw. Withdraw some W is equal to new withdraw. Here you can say insufficient fund. Insufficient fund. You must use one keyword, throw W. Anyway, this condition, no need this condition already became a exception message. Now, what are the lines available here? These lines. When the exception not there means when the condition is false, these lines must be executed. Throw not throws. Throw. Now it will come here now. Withdraw. Withdraw W. Now we have to move the exception to main class now. You must add what now? Throws. Followed by what now? Class name. What is the class name now? Withdraw. From where the exception is coming, that only. Throws withdraw. In the catch block, you must write what now? Throw W, you must write. Now the exception will go to the method call. All of you understood this? Right. Okay. Now, sir, total syntax correct only, no, sir. Why error is coming, sir? Why error is coming means this method is overriding method. Yes or no? Na? Overriding method of your interface, no. Right. So whenever it is a overriding method, method signature must be same. Okay, right. This is the overriding method of your transaction. There throws keyword you added means here also you must add what now? Throws. Understood the statement now? There you added the exception name. What is the exception name now? Withdraw. Here you must add withdraw. Same method signature must be there. None gone or not? All of you understood this? Right. Okay. Now annotation notes not given. So this is exception class. If I call this method, exception will be raised. Go to the main class. Before main class, open deposit. In deposits, any condition is there here? No condition means no need to raise the exception there. Condition not available there. So withdraw is ready. Deposit is ready. Transaction is ready. Now here, start it. Enter the choice. System dot out dot print ln. Enter the choice. Enter the choice. Switch off S dot next 8. End of switch. Case 1. Break. Case 2. Break. Default. Now look here. In the case 1 here, enter the amount because you selected withdraw no, right? You know the logic already. System dot watch it. System dot out dot print ln. Enter the amount. Now int a1 is equal to s dot next int. Here one condition is there. Invalid amount condition is there or not now? What is the rule here now? Sir, the amount must be greater than 0 and amount must be modulo divided by 100 equal to 0. Right. Now I must convert this into exception message. Exception condition. Sir, I will make exception condition. I'll keep this in bracket. I'll say not. Not means what? Sir, if it is true, it becomes false. If it is false, it becomes what now? True. If it is false means you not entered your amount correctly, no? Yes or no? Na? If it is false means the amount you entered is not validated. I'll make it true and raise the exception. End of if. Raising exception means what? Creating object for the class from where the exception is coming. From where the exception is coming. Now the exception is coming from the main class now. Yes or no? Now we are raising this into exception. Whenever you are converting into exception, what are the rules now? Sir, it must be extends from exception. That is a rule. And it must be declared with one parameterized constructor. Demo exception 2. string message, super of message. Now, once the constructor came here, you can create object here. Demo exception to some D I'll write equal to new demo exception to I'll write it. Here message. Quotes. The message now invalid amount. All of you understood this? Right. Now throw D. Whenever I say throw D, for this throw, catch block must be there. So take one catch block. Catch block. This catch block is for demo exception to D. Here print it. System dot out println, because same object come now, because it is linked to the exception. The message will come. All of understood this? Right. Okay. When the message came invalid amount, it should be stopped. Because invalid amount means it's the termination, it should be terminated. Whenever you want to terminate, you can write break. No. Yes or no? No. Break. Sir, why you are breaking means when the control comes to the catch, break the loop, stop the loop. Invalid amount, you can stop it. Suppose amount is not invalid, exception not raised. When the exception not raised, create object. Create object for whom now? New withdraw. New withdraw dot process. Process of amount. Understood the statement, right? Now, whenever I say new withdraw dot process, I am creating object for withdraw. I am calling the method. Now, this method added with throws keyword, no. Yes or no? Na? When the throws keyword is there, exception raised at method call, no. See there. What exception raised now? Unhandled exception type withdraw. Exception name is withdraw. Withdraw is a predefined class, user defined class. User defined class. It is a user defined checked exception. Why is checked exception? Compiler raised. Why compiler raised? Throws keyword is there. Sir, to handle this, because today's class, how I started with the diagram I started. I know. Here I must write n number of catch blocks, I know. So their diagrammatic clarity only student will get imagination. So now I need one catch block for it or not now. Right? The exception name is withdraw. So I need one catch block. Sir, can I write any number of catch blocks? Means you can write any number of catch blocks you can write. This catch is for whom now? Withdraw. This is for withdraw doubling. Here, save. Understood this, right? Again, when the withdraw failed, if that withdraw failed, message will come on insufficient fund will come. So break it, stop it. Suppose executed successfully, you also should stop the loop. When executed successfully, you also should stop the loop or not now. Whenever I want to stop the loop, you are inside the switch now. You cannot stop the loop. What you have to do now? Write X, Y, Z. X, Y, Z. You can write break X, Y, Z. All of you understood this? I given information already. Now, withdraw is okay. When withdraw is completed, go for deposit. So enter the amount. Same, no? Same condition or not now? Same condition for deposit. This is A2. This is A2. This is A2. Remaining all same only. Same object only, no? Demo exception and so on. Here break X, Y, Z. Suppose, sorry, before this, if exception not there, new deposit dot process of amount. Suppose control comes to default, what happened now? This also should stop the loop because your invalid choice. System dot out dot print ln. This is invalid choice. Got it? Can I run the program? Program is ready by adding one annotation. Got it. Enter the pin number 123. Invalid pin number 1111. Valid pin number withdraw 12,000. 12,000 or not there. Answer is coming or not? Now, pin number withdraw 1200. Answer came no. Just I converted that all else blocks into catch block. Go for 1111. Withdraw 123. Invalid amount. 1111. Deposit 123. Invalid amount. 1111. Deposit 1200. 2000. Sorry, already 2000 is there. 2000 plus 1200, 3200. Right. 123.45. One exception not handled. What is that exception now? Input mismatch. Y means S dot next line. I'm using or not now. Number format exception in the first program. Y number format there integer dot parsing. S dot next line. That is number format. This is input mismatch. To handle this input mismatch, add one more catch block here. This is for input mismatch. Input mismatch exception IN. Here general message you keep it. System dot out dot print ln. Here. Enter. Only integer value. Right, look here. If I enter the pin number 1111.1 or 2, you have to enter these pin numbers separately. 1, 2, 3, dot 4, 5. I'm breaking the loop. If not, it goes to continuous loop. Enter only integer value means rerun and start it. If you enter integer value, it will be started. Just I break. It's going to infinite loop. I will break it. Breakdown. No, I stopped. Terminated. All of understood this program, right? So you have to watch this program bit careful. Already old program only. Their conditions are there. Here I converted into try catch flower. I converted. So here complete program anyway. Star mark IMP bank transaction application with exception handling process. Balance dot Java. Check pin number dot Java. Withdraw dot Java. Deposit dot Java. Demo exception to dot Java. Right here, withdraw deposit classes must be anonymous. Handling exception within anonymous inner classes. Make it handling exception within anonymous inner classes. Handling exception within anonymous inner classes. Above program I am converting into anonymous. Right, see there. I'll take project. Exception handling with anonymous inner classes. Package test. Balance class. Check pin number, deposit, transaction, withdraw. Same program only, no? Yes or no? Just we have to paste it. Demo exception 3 and take it. Now see. This one also I must copy it actually. Now look here. So nothing is there. A small concept only. Yes or no now. Just to take this body here. Here withdraw is there. New withdraw is there. Here new withdraw means this is withdraw WT is equal to semicolon WT. This is the complete syntax. Now withdraw replaced by what now? Transaction. Interface name no? Yes or no na? Transaction. Copy the total body here. Withdraw. Total body. This is the body. Observe it while I am cutting. Cut it. And paste before this semicolon. Paste. I pasted it. Now this withdraw class not there. Remove it. When the withdraw class is not there here, how withdraw class will be here? Moreover, considers also not available. Withdraw class name is not there. Class name not there means consider also not there. Withdraw class name not there. Sir, when the class name is not there, we have to create object for exception. You have to create object for whom now? Exception. Create object for exception. Because class name not available. Throw exception. Here. Handle exception. And if we come to the main class, we are under main class only. Here. Here one withdraw is there or not? No, this is withdraw. Keep that last end. Make it exception. So total withdraw is replaced by parent. Who is the parent now? Exception is the parent. So why still error means transaction is there. In the transaction also withdraw is there. Withdraw should be replaced by exception. This is the program. Now see the main class. The total transaction. This is anonymous inner class. Implementation class. So directly the body copied here. So inside the body also try catch. Because separate class body no. You should not. So what about deposits? Same deposit also. Bring the deposit body, very small body. You should not. Copy. Deposit. Where is a deposit? Case 2. Deposit here. Transaction. DP is equal to the body. So deposit not there. Where I copied it. This is our transaction here, deposit body. Anonymous. Anonymous. Inner class as implementation class. So now the program will run normally. Running or not? Okay. Now the statement, make it. We can also handle. We can also handle exception in anonymous inner classes. We can also handle exceptions in anonymous inner class. In the process of handling exceptions in anonymous inner classes, we create object for java.lang.exception and we handle java.lang.exception. We handle java.lang.exception directly. Here anonymous means a class name not there. So whenever you want to create object for that class name not there. So create object for exception. Example. Same program only. Here. Balance class, check pin number, these two are not available. The two classes became anonymous. Last one, let me complete that also. Handling exception within LAMPDA lambda expressions. See, the same thing is converted. One small error will come, that's all. Same notes also will come. We can also handle exception in lambda expressions. Completed. See there. Now let me convert that once. 2 minutes to be over. Already if anonymous is there, lambda is very easy. Anyway. Exception. Handling. LAMPDA. Lambda expressions. I'm copying the same packages. See that? Small thing only. Lambda means what now? Method without method name. Here, process method is there now. This one. Can I see this process method? I'll remove this. New process. I'm removing this. Remove that. When I remove this now, throws exception not there. Put arrow. Throws exception not there. Now go here. Semicolon is there. Remove that. This is process method without name. In coding rules, I written some statements to you. What is the statement now? Lambda expression, if it want to access the variables of interface, it has to use interface name. That's a rule. Because of this reason, it has to access the P with what now? Transaction dot. Transaction dot. In coding rule only this information available. Over. Converted into lambda. Here also. The same way, go with the deposit. Here. Remove this process method. Add arrow. Remove this close body. Save. Transaction dot. Transaction dot. Transaction. Now it is ready. Run it, get the answer. Same only, no? Okay. So these are the 3 programs. You run it and come tomorrow. I'll explain once again for 10 minutes. Take a break. Tomorrow conclusion, half an hour, exception handling will be closed.